going on, guys? This is going to be a live stream. Patreon guys going to get the link live. We're going to just jump in real quick and take a look at the patch. See, I've heard some good news, so I'm just going to confirm it on our end. See if everything plays out. See if some things are still missing, and I'm going to make this public to you guys on the Patreon real quick, and we can talk about it as we go through. Probably take about half an hour, maybe 45 minutes to do it real quick, and then I'll post it to the public later on. All right. Just want to do this with you guys because you guys might see some things that I'm going to miss. So give me 1 second here. Let me get this link out to you guys and whoever is around. Jump into the chat with me. I'd appreciate it. Give me 1 second here. Be interesting. I think there's only one thing that they kind of left out was the corners responsibility. So corners and quarters. That was my theory. If you go back and listen to my original film from back in the day, I talked about they wanted it to be more of a man match system with the corner, which allows you to really do some things that we can kind of work on, I think, make it even better. We can make box maybe even better, okay? And it won't be box, it'll be something different. Let me get this link. You guys are watching this later on, just fast forward, you'll see me start clicking on stuff on the screen here pretty soon. All right. Who else? They changed this? I'm gonna try the live stream option. I never tried it. I changed some of the settings on Patreon, so give me a second here. What else going on? Okay. Let's use that then. All right, we're not doing this right now. I don't know what's going on with that. All right. Right. That took a while. Sorry about that. Close some of these windows and let's get to work. All right. So, give me 1 second here. Let me get my second controller up here. I want to get my give me 1 second here. Bear with me, guys. Getting the second controller on right now. Um, Personal information still on. I gotta get rid of this personal information off this thing. I don't really care if you know my name or not, but you know what I'm saying. No reason to that. Should be good to go there. All right. Let me close this down so I can see if anybody joins the stream. All right. Now let's just jump into. Hopefully, this thing is working, man. I swear, everybody's saying it's working, so I'm praying to God. Get my Niners out here. Um, Defensively, just play any defense doesn't really matter, obviously. A bunch of playbooks ready. Let's go stock there. I do have a bunch of offensive books. One of them's called Issues. So I've been collecting issue plays for a while. Really, all the plays that mess up match coverage. I'm probably missing a couple because I think I understand the which type of plays work. So, hold on 1 second. I was trying to open up another page over here. It's a little bit easy to see if anybody's commenting or not. This would be easy. See. Okay, cool. All right. Got the playbook issues. Let's roll. Let's get into this bad boy. Let's find out what the hell is going on. Main event. Been waiting for this all year. I know, man. This is like I can't believe it. I had to go talk to the wife and be like, "Yeah, so you got the kids today. You pick them up from school. Can you do everything? Because I think I'm gone the rest of the day." All right, so let's get into match coverage, right? All right, so let me go through my problem plays that I always like to do or problem formations. I think we got to obviously everybody's been talking about um, just palms coverage. It's palms coverage and viable coverage again, right? Well, let's just go with one of the worst plays in the world, and let's go with palms, right? Matches on. Let me just double check that. Yep. Is the palms player the nickel? Is he gonna allow? Is he gonna stay with number two? And I have people told me that all this stuff is fixed already. So spoiler alert. But let's see if it's true. Okay. So again, this player right here, he's reading 3 and 2. 3 goes vertical, 2 goes vertical. He stays with 2. Safety's doing the same thing. He'll stay with 3. In the past, this guy would fall off, right? He would fall off after like 20 yards. Did they finally fix this? Looks like they fixed it. Looks like they fixed it. Palms is viable again, boys. Let's get both. Come on, stop it. You guys don't pass rush me. Just chill out. All right. All right. So, yep. Looks like 2 is going to stay with 2 vertical. About this point in the past, he would just fall off. So that's huge. All right. So that's the first thing. Looks like the nickel is playing it better. Now there's some little things that we can look at later on, but that's where we'll start. Now let's go to let me take a look at the quarters. There's a couple plays here in quarters. Kind of all over the place right now, guys. I'm just gonna go through each thing if I remember correctly. The H option play wasn't a huge problem. I'll come back to that later. Okay, we'll get to bunch. That'd be big. But let me this little play right here, this empty play. If I called quarters, right? It came out 3x2 empty. Let me just put it on the left hash. The corner for some reason would jump the flat. I think that's what people are saying. That's still an issue. But let's take a look. All right, quarters coverage. Okay, he didn't jump it on the first one. He stayed with number one. So if you remember this used to be a problem. For some reason, the corner would just jump the guy to the flat, even from the spread formation. We all know he did it from the bunch formation, but this used to be a one-play touchdown if you got it wrong. So that's really good. I'm gonna leave him in a curl. I don't think it's gonna make a difference. He should stay on the curl here. He's a mod player. One goes, oops, go back to the original play here. One runs a curl. He should just stay on it. He's not going to the flat. So that's a good thing. That's a really good thing. So it looks like versus the spread formation, that little problem is fixed. All right, we're going to get to the safeties here soon. I'll come back to bunch at the end. Or that'll be, I know bunch might not have changed much, but all right, let's look at this was a problem too with two to with the corner to the flat. So let's do this one. And I'm gonna work three match in there as well. So tight end in right here. It was more of a problem. It was a problem in both, but three match was the one that I know I talked about. So right now, this route used to be a problem. I got two guys going to the flat, right? So this quarter defender, he would see the flat route, wheel route, whatever. Actually, no, he would take the underneath route. That's what it was, and let the wheel go. That's what it was in quarters and in three match. So let's see what happens here. Okay, it looks like he jumped number one in that situation. It was probably more three match, and this is fine if they play it out just like this. This is actually perfect because he's pretty much playing almost like solo on this guy. And he takes one. That's actually pretty good. Linebacker would take the guy running the wheel. He's the flat. He goes to the flat. You go also run up with every right to the flat. That's not bad. So that's not a problem there. Let's jump into three match. Three match was where it became a little bit of an issue, where he would come out of his deep third versus that same play. And I'll look over your questions in a second, guys. Give me 1 second. I just want to see this, and then we can go from there. And if I'm missing stuff, please just speak up. Be like, "Yo, forgot to check this." All right, this was an issue. It's still an issue. That's a shame. So this is three seam, right? That corner should be playing deep over the top, and he's basically not regarding the he's disregarding the wheel right there because of that shallow coming across. So anything that kind of comes to the flat becomes a problem, of course. But there goes the name. I'm gonna have to X that out later on. All right, so yeah, that's still a problem right there. All right. All right, we'll figure that part out. Give me 1 second here, guys. Verticals from bunches fixed. Oh, that'd be great, man. That'd be wonderful. Give me 1 second here. I'm gonna pause this for 1 second. I'm gonna make a recording of this in the background. All right. So I can upload this later on. I'm just making a recording. Give me 1 second here. All right, quarters. They said the bunch issues in quarters are fixed. So let's go to that right now. This was one of the bigger ones. It was different on both sides. Let me just do the choice play was a huge problem. Let's go with quarters. So the corner would jump this guy, if I'm not mistaken, right? And there was nobody on this wheel route whatsoever, right? So let's see what happens. Call it a wheel, but okay, good. Again, that had to do with the nickel playing that different. So that's really good. Let's take a look at that right there. That's pretty much how it was played last cycle. So the nickel's treating that like a flat route. Somebody goes to the flat, you stay with it, you take them vertical, right? Before he was actually saying, okay, well, this is actually the flat route, and he was falling off and playing that. Safeties taking the right side was really good with the safety taking this route. That was always pretty good. Now let's flip this play because this was a problem when the play was flipped. Let's move it over. Let's actually change the whole formation up. Let's change it in the right way by calling a new play, so I don't have to keep on flipping it. So take the same play. Let's flip it this way. I can do regular verticals as well. I'll just stay in the same play for now. Quarters coverage. In this one here, if I'm not mistaken, the corner would end up trying to chase R1 across the field, and he's still doing that. So there's something about the left side of the screen that just still plays different. That's a shame. All right. If I ran regular verticals, it would be the same thing. I know I have the backside safety here, but you can't rely on him being there. So I still understand why that programming is fixed. So they fix it to the right side. I always felt like they fix things to the right side of the screen because that's how most people just come out and call plays. Let's run regular verticals. Again, I'll do it. I'll flip this play again, but the corner is going to chase the R1 across the field, and the safety's like in no man's land. The safety should play that just like he did on the other side. He should take that vertical of 2, the new number 3. Doesn't make any sense. He's kind of like stuck in no man's land right now. So it's not perfect. Let's flip this play and run regular verticals to the other side. It should be picked up just like we had probably with the very first time we did it with the other play. The safety should take 3. The nickel should take 2. And the corner is probably going to stay out on 1. This right here. That's what I'm assuming. Yep. Nickel's behind him, but he's at least running with them. So that's the way the play should look the other way. Do you guys understand why it is that way? How is a safety play in palms whenever the corner jumps to flat when the something in my way here when the corner jumps to flat? Yeah, well in palms I see what you're saying. Just regular palms. Yeah, I'll take a look at that. That's a good question. But see, this is still a touchdown for most people with a good quarterback. Um, but that's okay. At least we're playing it okay. Um, there are adjustments that can be done that I've talked about before. Let me test something out real quick. Let me flip this play, move the location. I just want to see if it affects people. I'm kind of labbing a little bit right here with you guys. All right, so here, I want to make this quick adjustment. Right, I want to see if this changes the way the safety plays anyway on this one. Yep, it does. Okay, well, that may not be exactly how we want to play it, but there will be a solution video that I can do to bunch to the left side. I think this is going to be. I think we're going to have to play palms a certain way. I mean, a bunch a certain way. And you guys who I've always given credit to other people. So if I learned something from somebody, I give you credit. I don't try to pretend like I learned it myself. But Deuce Close came up with this idea last year. If you guys are familiar with them, with the whole Buster concept. And I was talking to Deuce Close a couple months ago, and I said I think that they may have tried to put your concept into the game, but didn't do it correctly, or they didn't do it to one side of the field. So I have a feeling we can use his concept this year and actually still play a version of box over here to the left side. We're just going to have to use the corner. So we may have to use the corner. So let me just kind of work on that a little bit. But it looks like to the right hand side, box is in good shape, decent shape. I haven't gone through all the routes, obviously. There might be some routes where the corner plays a little bit different. But again, I think they were trying to get Buster into the game. All right, let's just go 2 by 2. Let's go with the suggestion here. Palms. The safety always has to play that flat-footed range, uh, road ranger. They really can't. This would be it right here. Technically, I could probably do it over here on the left side of the screen to the two receiver side over here in palms. Two goes to the flat. What is one going to do? Is he going to trap or not? Where's my palms? All right, here we go. All right, so left side of the screen, we should get palms on both sides so we can actually test out a bunch of things, really. On this side of the field, we're not going to get traditional palms, but we can work, again, just keep testing the issues like this. Let's see, get this going. So nickel on the right side of the screen should stay with two, right? Corner's going to end up locking one. He's in Meg. Two, the corner, the nickel's going to run with two because three's vertical. Vertical's anything over 8 yards. I'm going to start saying 8 yards. Safety should jump that dig. Over here, we get the out of two, and then let's put one on a vertical, okay? Let's put him on a fade. I don't know if it's going to make a difference. Let's see if the corner does any, how the safety plays. He ran over there right away. That's actually really darn good. Usually he kind of bounces his feet a little bit. I don't know if you saw that. I'll go back on the replay. He ran over there like he knew he had to go cover that guy. I hope he doesn't run a post on him. But I'm not going to complain. That's a good job by the safety. Of course, our nickel is always late to trigger, but I'll be honest with you, this route, you can't really expect him to make an interception on this. I know some people kind of expect that, but that's not really realistic, especially on a quick flat route. 5 yard out, maybe. I don't know why our quarter flat defender is working out with two. He shouldn't be doing that. He should be sitting right in the hook or in the, pretty much that little slot area between the hash and the numbers. Okay, that's not bad though. Did I look at the other side? Hold up, my fault. Got too much going on. Over here, we should get our palms. That's always the problem right there in palms. We've always talked about this. The nickel has to work in a little bit. He doesn't have to, but he does, and he gets burnt. So the answer to that was always, and this is going back almost 2 years of videos, is just to, oops, why did I do that? Is just to back up the nickel when you play palms. Okay, just don't let him play at 5 yards. Put him back at almost 10 if you can, right? Just manually move him back like this. A lot of times that's how I play my palms, but the computer can still play it. That's the great thing about it, but that's pretty good. Let me put the number two on a 5 yard out. Let's go him vertical. All right, just to kind of see if the corner does a better job. Let's go with, again, this. I would like to just put him on two verticals, but I think it's more realistic to run a route like this, okay? All right, 5 yard out. Why is Travarius Ward dancing on the sideline? All right, 5 yard out. The corner comes off. That's pretty close, man. That's not bad. I'll take it. It's interesting how he man turns over here and then comes back down, but that's okay. And then over here we have this guy going deep. All right, that's good, man. So I'll take it. What do you think? You like it? And then over here, whoa, what's up with the nickel? Oh, come on, don't do this to me. Don't mess up my day. Why are you jumping in like that, bro? You about to get? Oh man. Oh boy, that could be a player thing. Oliver is a really bad corner. That's a really bad corner. Tech cover four quarters against the RPOs from the slot. They play it better now? Okay, that's interesting. But they always have the run pass conflict, so they can't really it's not I'm not even gonna rely on them to play it better, but I'll take a look at it. Did you think that was a problem? Then what were they doing wrong? Were they just like basically not they were always reacting in or they were reacting late? Because quarter flats in general, I think, are late this year. You know what I mean? Let me just run two streaks on this side. And let me back up the nickel one more time. All right. I just want to see this deep out, see what the corner does over here in palms. Yeah, that's too deep of an out. Once they get down the field that far, he's not going to come off, and that's the way it should be. The safety now has to take two on the out route, which is a hard play for him to make. But he's there. The safety play looks a lot cleaner over here. I like that. And then over here, do we still get the craziness? Oh, man. But the funny thing is that I didn't see that happening on the first time I did this play. He wasn't running in on versus the tight end trips flex. All right, I have to go get an RPO just so you know. This playbook, I don't think I have any real good RPOs. Unless you want to look at this one down here, the gun doubles off RPO read Y arrow play. CEO, what's up, baby? What about the play with two runs a wheel and one run something, two runs a wheel, one and three run something short? The chalk option play. Okay, like the little inside fade. Yeah, that always plays different. So all these plays are what I call problem plays. So the very first one is going to be that one there. I always check out shock option, but I would take a look at it. That this playbook also made me keep shock option in there, so I'm not acting like I'm that smart. But let me look at this RPO read arrow. You're saying that the quarter flat defender should play this better. Again, probably 3x1 might be different. Again, you have to understand that he's has a anytime. Okay, yeah, the run's coming to him on this play. So anytime that happens, he might jump inside and try to play the run. So that's part of the problem. You know, he's late on that one. Maybe it's not this play that you're talking about. Okay, the Trey Y flex. Yeah, I think I have it out of. I don't know if I have it in this playbook right now. I'll go back and do it at the end. Yeah, this one here. I usually have it out of tight end trips or trips tight end. So I'll go back and test that out at the end. Remind me on that one. But you're just saying that the quarter flat defender doesn't like he usually plays it okay. The bind is on the number three on the three receiver hook player who has to play number three to the flat or play in the box. All right, let me just this was a play that really screwed up quarters for whatever reason to the left side of the screen. Um this was like earlier in my videos when I remember I put this in there. The Pittsburgh Steelers have this play. The safety on the left would not play Ayuk on this kind of post route, kind of over. Okay, so the corner is coming over to play it now. So that goes back to the whole thing about stack formations or when the back is away from you in the gun. And they have the rules of just are totally different. They're pretty much trying to, it looks like they're pretty much trying to lock the corner on the man, on number one. So he's the number one receiver to start, right? That's what's happening on this side of the screen. This is really no different. I think actually before nobody covered him, but this is number one to start. Even though as soon as they switch, he becomes number two. You would think in the programming that the game would address it that way. They don't have it that way for whatever reason. He's just staying on that guy. So if he goes anywhere, this is no different than bunch, right? When that guy, he's trying to basically play the deepest route out of the bunch. He's trying to play the deepest route out of the stack, which I don't know how he knew that was going to be the deepest route. I took this play. Let me move it to the other side of the field. I don't know if it's a field thing, so let me just keep everything actually in the middle. Keep it right in the middle. I'm gonna flip this play. Bear with me here. On the right hand side, the safety plays this, and the corner doesn't chase it, which is just crazy. Yeah, I know I'm in quarters. I can be in just base defense to this. It doesn't matter, right? I can be in quarters at a 4-3 over against 12 personnel. Doesn't matter. I'll test both sides. But here, the safety, no, he didn't play it. Wow, they played it the same way. At least there's some consistency there. Let me check that again, and then I will check it on the put the ball on the left hash. See if there's something funky about this. I know the other safeties there. That's fine. He has no work. I'm just focusing on the front side players and how they're playing this combination. Let's go on to the boundary. Let's put the ball on the left hash. Give myself a little more field over here. See if the safety plays it the same. Yeah, they're doing it the same. Okay, well, I'll be honest with you. I can take that as long as they're playing it the same on both sides. Um, it's not like bunch right now where box they're playing it different. So right now Stacks is playing it so that the corner, I don't know if he's just the smartest guy in the world or he's just staying on one. He doesn't care about the switch, but I can live with that. I can actually live with that. It was different at the beginning of the cycle, so that's good. Again, stacks and bunches, we're gonna do an in-depth breakdown. Now we're gonna come up with ways to play quarters to this stuff. I promise you guys, I'm gonna have ideas in there. I already had some stuff I wanted to start just telling you guys, but I didn't want to, I didn't want to do it if they changed it. Okay. What else do I have here, guys? Yeah, all right. So this one also is the good old any type of compression set, and you're in quarters coverage. I'm just going to stay here in 4-3 over. There's a chance that the corner was always going to do what? Come down and play it out, right? And not play the deep part of the route. Again, this is no different than that formation I just showed you. I consider this a stack formation. Going to run it 2 or 3 times because Madden plays it different every time. There he goes. That was the corner. So they still have the corner breaking downhill on potentially any type of outbreaking route. If there's any type of compression set, right? If there's a compression set, see how the corner is not just in real life, he would just zone off, right? The quarter flat defender would take this guy and he would zone off. The funny thing is that you see how the quarter flat defender doesn't take two to the flat or doesn't take first to the flat. That's the rule. Not over here. Now let me see something over here real quick. They played it right over here. Now there's something that in real life quarters, just so you guys know, the back has something to do with this. I want to see if they actually fixed it, but not fully. But actually, it could be logical. Back steps to the left. You see that? Over here, the left side of the screen plays it fine. All right. The corner is going to take the first vertical outside. Safety takes the first vertical inside. They end up double teaming because there's only one vertical. Quarter flat defender takes first to the flat. Even though he's late, that's okay. But that's where the back stepped. That's no different if it was gun and the back was offset to the left. We've always had the issue over here where if you're away from the back, if the back was offset to the left out of the gun, it would always be a man type of principle happening on the backside, which I can live with because I can deal with it. Now, in this formation, you have no idea which way the back's going to step, so we would have to probably not be in this defense. But in general, we can logically come up with an answer. Like, let's say I flip this play, right? Let's flip the play the other way. So now the back's going to step to the right. I think the corner on the left might come down. You didn't do it there. Okay, they both didn't do it. Practice mode is always funky the first time you try something. The second time usually is what really happens. All right, let's try it again. Corner on the left, come on down. Oh, corner on the right, coming on down. All right, so, and nothing to do with the back there. I'll test that out later with some more different formations. It's just still versus compression sets. Your corners could jump first to the flat, which is a rule for another defense. I have a feeling, I think I know why they did it. Again, I don't want to give Madden too much credit, but there could be a reason why they did that. All right. This was there, that was there. All right, what did I have here? Why did I have the Jet Y stream here? Why did I do that? All right, let me try the red zone scissors play. I think this was a little bit of a funky issue, and I forgot why. So it's a nickel or dime, it doesn't matter. It's gonna call quarters. Forgot what I thought about this play. I guess this is the same thing where no. I think this is for three seam that the corner would come down. Right now, the corner should just take this post. Yep. Corner takes the post. That's fine. Chest it out again. Quarter flat defender should go with the guy to the flat. He waits for this route, which is always a cheesy route, but it's interesting how he waited on it. Because I wouldn't be mad at him if he actually just went right to the flat. Nobody's taking the guy to the flat on this play. You know, the guy that would have to push over is the linebacker. The three receiver hook player would have to get his butt over there, and I thought he would have took the corner out. Oh, maybe he's not because I'm using him. Sorry. My bad, Warner. Let's see what you're gonna do. Here we go. He's just sitting there. Okay, interesting. I'm not trying to find beaters, but that's an interesting mess. But you know what? I'll say this, guys. I will always be okay with giving up underneath stuff. Hopefully, it's not for the game winning touchdown. But as long as this deep stuff is covered and both the safety and the corner are playing that, I could take it. Um, Let me just do this real quick. Let's mess around. Let's just start working some routes here that we think can kind of mess with people. Safety should take this number 2 out. He doesn't do that. All right. That's always been an issue as well. So let me just kind of I guess he took the post first. Let me just run this route like regular, something normal. I know this route's in the game, but I don't have this in playbook right now. Just a simple flood route, right? Versus quarters. You would think the safety would take this guy, but he's not. On the right side of the screen, he's not. Don't ask me why, but that happened last year too. And I would always just say we have to kind of like we have to use the nickel and just play in between 2 and 3. Let me flip this play real quick. I was going to do the same thing to the other side. This is to me a little bit more of a minor issue. It's not a major issue. Let's see what happens here. See on this side, nope, he doesn't play it there either. Oh well. Running back was left wide open in the seam on that fake reverse play. Is that what it was? Okay. The fake jet play. You because it kind of became like a bunch formation, right, on the fly. That's what it was. All right. I'll come back to that in 1 second. I just had a thought and I just lost it. Oh, I want to try the same play versus cover three seam and see if the corner. I'm assuming the corner is still going to jump this guy. Let's come out of nickel. I'm going to call cover three seam. It could be three buzz. It doesn't matter. I'm just going to call regular three seam just for now. Where's three seam? There we go. So on the left side of the screen, the corner would jump the flat route and just leave open the everything else basically. I want to put him on a streak just to even prove it. See if they fix that or not. Okay, he's running with one. Interesting. Now it was, you know what? It was out of compression sets that was the problem. I think that's what the problem was. So this should be fine. Let me just keep the route on the way it is. Yeah, he's going to take number one here. Because this is not a compression set, so I should know better. My bad. If it was a set like, let's say I motioned the receiver over and it was just a nub set, then he would jump the guy to the flat, which in this case, yeah, that could be bad. If I did this, right, just brought him over here and they're in three seam, the corner should take, he should just sit back, right? I mean, you have a flat defender, but this is the problem, I think. Oh, he's kind of set back there. We got to do it twice. You know how Madden is. Practice mode, the second time, it tells you the truth. Don't just do something once and think it works. That's why it's better to do this stuff in game mode, but it takes too long to get it all set up. Okay, well, he's kind of sitting back on that. Very similar to what I was just doing. Maybe because it's a running back. I don't know. Well, the running back ran the wheel the last time. All right, let me try this one more time because I just basically did this. I hope it's not a right of screen issue. I can't get a real wheel here. Right, there we go. Now he leaves him alone on a wheel. So it must be something with the route stem. Something about the wheel route he doesn't respond to. Where if it's a stem like the regular stem here where he runs the corner route where he works up the field, he respects it. All right. So that's something we gotta just that's still a problem. It's all right. That's why in the Patreon guys, I have a fix for this. If you haven't seen this stuff already, I already have a video on what to do versus this. All right. So, I'll give a little bit of a preview for anybody that goes back and watches it. You get a little bit of a preview here. So the wheel route, right, is going to be wide open here because the corner is going to take the guy to the flat in three match, right? Touchdown, one play touchdown. Ooh, okay. But obviously, if we don't play three match, we're in good shape. So one thing you could do, if you know that happens, it might happen, or you're worried about it, just take this guy, put him in a curl flat. And what that does is actually take your corner and takes him out of match principles. He plays it like true sky zone principles. But we'll do the same route, and then this should be covered. So, and you still got match being played on the right hand side of the screen. That's the great thing about that. You're not just match isn't canceled overall. It's just canceled over here on the left side. So, um, I don't have to test the other side, do I? All right, let me just do it. Let me just do it. Same play, same issue. Three seam, staying in seam on the right. Somebody goes to the flat out of a compression look. Corner says, I don't want to cover the deep guy. I want to hang out in the flat. So, all right, we're good there. Let's look at that reverse play I talked about. That's a real tough one too because they are getting to a 4x1 set, so that's always a problem. All right, let's go to quarters. It's so sad that I have to test out both sides of the field to see if they play it the same. I mean, like that's just the way Madden is, man. All right, let's watch this play. It's a tough down for the quarter flat defender, but yeah, he tried to run with them, but it's just he's in tough. He's in a tough spot, man. And that's a really good linebacker, but he's going up against a really good running back. He's trying to cover him, so they programmed it the right way, but it's just going to be a really tough down versus quarters, man. We got to have an answer for that, right, guys? Is there anybody covering the guy in the flat too? What's his icon? Yeah, there's nobody covering this guy either. But it's just because of that jet motion. Jet motion is so cheesy, but it's cheesy in real life. But you can't make the adjustments like you can here. I don't think I have to flip this play, but to be diligent with my stuff, I will do it anyway. Let's come over here. All right, so we'll go back into bunch here in a little bit. The main thing, I guess we can be happy that palms is working. So we got to go through all the different combinations in palms and just see how that works. Because that would be the next super coverage that can work. What I'm going to do quickly is just get my corner situation better and palms. Let me see if I can, because right now this is really bad. My palms player is just, I think he's a really bad player. I'm actually going to take it and put, Niners don't have the best corners overall, but I'm going to take Ward and put him in the, make him the nickel. Since he's an 86, that's, that should be good. Maybe we just need to play with better players just to kind of get an idea. All right, so let's stick with some palm stuff here. Let's kind of go through all the stuff that I have right now. Let's go with shock Y option. I'll run into this side of the field since we're on this hash. This has always been a problem because the nickel has to read 2 and 3 technically, and if 2's vertical and 3's vertical, he stays with 2. All right. No different than the way if you guys want to look at it a little bit different. Um, Palms is basically at a 3-by-1. It's basically saying we're gonna meg up the outside guy. So basically, this guy, even though it says deep zone, he's actually playing man on this guy. So it's like it's eliminated. All right. So put your hand on the screen and like just say that's not even there. Right. And then now this player here is basically what palms would be in 2-by-2. Right. So palms in 2-by-2 would be reading these two guys. Right. So if you ever get verticals by 1 and 2, then this palms player just becomes a deep quarter. If he was the outside corner, right? And this player, the safety, would be the same thing. And this is number 2, and he would read that. So that's pretty much how it plays. It's funny because you guys, a little side comment, like the CFL, that's how they play in the CFL. When NFL guys go up to the CFL, they have the extra player on the field. Well, since there's an extra player in the field, they a lot of times they would just take the most widest receiver to the field and just say man him up, meg him, and then we're going to play the rest of the defense like it's 11-11 football, okay? And we're going to just work all our concepts like we would in the States, just to let you know. So this is kind of a similar idea where we're just playing palms over 2 and 3 with this guy, and this guy, all right? So anyway, I backed him up. I kind of cheated there, but let me just kind of go through this play again. Let me reset everybody if I can. So sometimes the nickel would see stick route as a vertical route and stay with 2. And then obviously the safety wouldn't have any work, so he would go to 2 late. So yeah, you get 2 guys running with number 2 here, and that's fine. Like for some reason, the stick route makes the nickel feel like it's a vertical route. Like let me just put the stick on something else, like right to the flat right now, right? And what do you do in palms? Well, he's going to come off and become a quarter flat defender and match number 3 to the flat. I think he reads it better like this. You see how he reads it fine, and then the safety goes to the vertical route as he would in 2-by-2 palms. So I like to say things different ways. I feel like sometimes it hits your brain. It could hit your brain like 3 years later after you hear it, like, oh, that's why it's different, right? So I was talking to somebody, the CEO is still around. The word stubby, right? In the saving language and everything. I think that's how they call this thing. But yeah, it's just palms with these 3 guys instead of it being these 2, or over here it would have been these 2. Anyway, the point is, I like the way they're playing this. I think that's pretty good. I'll take that. Let me take a look at it the other way, and I will add in a little bit of a little flair with the number 3. I'm going to change his route up a little bit. I just want to change it again and just go. I don't think it's going to change much. I'm going to put it all the way on this hash, and then I'll put it in the middle field at the end. All right, so I should get the nickel and the safety running with 2. He didn't do it, but that's the first time we're doing it in practice mode. Don't ever take account the first time in practice mode. It's like the computer's like still waking up or something. Let's take a look. Interesting. Totally different on this side. God damn it, man. Come on, game. Why are you guys playing me different? It's the same play. How come Nickel's not taking the... I mean, he's fine to play it like this, but then the corner's coming off. He's not playing Mega on 1. He's coming off late. It's like a totally different deal right now. Look at this. Look how much different it is over here. which again, we're not in bad shape. The play is actually pretty good. Um, it's almost like they're doing like a smash rule combination. You know what I'm saying? Like in old school football, one runs a hitch, smash, smash, smash. He comes off, plays that, but he's stuck in no man's land. He's not really in position to do anything. Oh boy, it's different on this side, huh? Different on this side of the world. Anybody know why? The play's better. I think it's a different check, but why would it be a different check? It's because the ball's over here on this side of the field. I've never learned it that way. I've never learned football on the right side of the field. Or, I can understand middle of the field compared to wide side or short side, but like this is just. But at the end of the day, at least it's covering routes, right? It just covers them a little bit different. That's all I can say. Let me put the ball in the middle of the field. I don't know why my thing is glitching up a little bit. Middle of the field, let's see how this looks. Probably going to be the same thing there. So what I'm going to show you real quick is obviously I'm going to take it and just flip the play right now and just watch how it plays different. Anybody can explain why. Again, this goes back to, I've heard other people guys talk about it like deuce close. Legacy rules, old rules that are in the game for coding reasons that players on one side play different than players on the other. Actually, they play that one good. Let's do it again twice. Let's change the play. I told you practice mode the first time is always weird. Let's go back and look. Okay, if it's a middle of the field thing or right side of the field thing, I can handle it. But I don't know. Too much for me to think about. Too many damn rules. All right, let's go over here. Let's flip it this way. Okay, so now we're playing it different on this side. I'm in the middle of the field. They're playing it the same way as when the ball was on the left hash or when the ball was in the middle of the field, flipped the other way. But at least they're playing it, right? This is where I started, guys. Let me go back where I started, right? I started over here, and the nickel played it different. Let's see on the second time what he does. Now he doesn't do it. You guys understand why I always talk about practice mode? It's kind of hard to figure things out. For so long, I wanted to put together a two match video, right? A two match would play one way. I would make a whole video and it would play one way one day, and the next day I jump in practice mode, it would just completely change. And I didn't do anything different. For some reason, I don't understand why now the Nickel's doing this. Can you guys explain it to me? You guys have it on film. It was playing different before, and now it's fine. And I didn't do anything. Let me just put it into the boundary. Let's just see into the short side of the field. I don't think it's going to make a difference. But now it's playing the same, and when it was just playing different a second ago. I don't know if this has something to do with the AI adapting to the play. Is that part of it? The adaptive AI? They've seen the play a few times, so they're playing it better. Playing it better might mean that they're matching it better. That's nuts. Let me go to a new play. I'm going to come back to this at the end of this video, and because that pains me to see that. All right, what else do I have? Let's start making up some routes. That could be an issue. This one here was a little bit of an issue versus three. Let me just jump back into this real quick. All right, what I'm going to do is middle of the field. This is why it takes so long to figure things out, man. Sometimes you got to play games, but this to me was a compression set here, guys, even though it doesn't look like it. But as soon as that wide receiver is inside the numbers, it's compression, right? The outside receiver, Ayuk. So the corner would jump the guy in the flat sometimes. And he does. He's still doing it, leaving open number one. So that was a problem. Middle of the field, I'll do it again. Cover three seam, still an issue. He just decides to leave that guy alone. Problem. Now, if the ball is on the right hash, so this is the short side of the field, he might play it different because of the alignment of the wide receiver. You see how Brandon Ayuk is on the numbers, right? So there's this divider conversation that maybe Madden has dividers depending on the receiver split. See how he stayed with them there. This is similar to guys that like to flood into the boundary, like to run a corner route into the boundary because the outside corner is going to stay with one vertical no matter what. So it looks like it's fine there. But if I do this play, the exact same play, the three seam glitch happens if it's the receivers inside the numbers. That's what it looks like. he's basically trying to pass that off to the safety. That's what it seems like he's trying to do. But let me have a corner route. Let me have any type of route where I can throw this ball outside. This is still a problem. So compression set, I talked about it, guys, already. Any type of compression set, I would just get out of, unless, again, if you want to remember all these rules, if you have a compression set into the boundary, the corner plays better in cover three seam or cover three buzz seam. But if you want to remember all those rules, that's up to you. To me, I'm looking at it as like compression set, get out of playing cover three seam. You want to play three seam to the left, that's fine. It's a normal spacing to a 1-1-2 split. Over here, just put this guy into a curl flat. This is the bonus tip I gave you guys about a month or so ago. Now we're just gonna play. I can't really show it to there because that's the same thing. Let me move it back to the middle of the field so you can see how it's different. All right, so boom, put the ball here. So obviously this is the problem, right? You want to fix the problem quickly. Take this guy, put him into a curl flat instead of a seam flat. So now we're gonna get true zone drops by the corner, by the safety here, and by your hook player. All right, so this will be fine. Corner won't come down and be a bum. We'll just play cover three over here versus that formation, which is supposed to be the check in cover three seam versus compression sets. You get into cover three sky. All right. Disappointing sometimes, but that's the way it is. I wanted to do. Let me see. I have some other formations here I'm neglecting, I think. Am I? I just have this damn pistol open flex. This is one of the hardest formations. I got to figure this thing out. That's why it's just a reminder. All right. Let me just get like a regular formation, just try to make some checks to it. This one is, let's just try to use this one. Off the top of my head, if you guys have any routes, let me know. Let's just go middle field. And let's just go with, all right. I already worked on the safety, having to play two out. Let me see how he plays two in. Just regular quarters. He still doesn't play that well. Still plays it with depth. I don't want to say he doesn't play it well. He just plays it with depth. He doesn't drive on that. Again, if I ran an in route though to the right side screen, I always felt like this safety, regardless of ratings, on the right hand side of the screen plays the in route a little bit more aggressive. You see how much closer he is? So the right side of safety always plays more aggressive. So I don't understand that. I haven't even really took the time to think about how I could scheme that up, but that's just the way it is. 2x2. I don't think anything else is going to be that crazy. I mean, comebacks and curls, that's fine. Well, the combination is a problem. Let me check some of the underneath stuff. I don't think that was, I know they didn't change any of that. I should just stick with what's broken, instead of going through a whole litany of things. Again, safety should jump that route. I don't know why he's not. It's a lot of pressure on the linebackers. What do you got? Anything else you guys got? I think I missed the quarter flat is still broken versus 3x1 with the tight end attached. Um, oh, that was the tight end. Let me what is broke? Let me go back. I'm gonna get out of this and go back and get a regular playbook here. Quarter flat defender with the tight end attached. You're saying that you're talking about to the weak side. So when the shallow was coming across, you're talking about that play, or you're talking about strong side quarter flat. And talk to me because there's too many different defenses right now in my brain. Give me the specific example that you're talking about. I'm just gonna pull out some. The RPO play was one of the things I think Ranger was asking me about real quick. I know I have it in my playbook, so let me just get my playbook. Actually, hold up. Not this one. A wide zone playbook. All right. That's that. Doesn't matter what playbook I'm in here. Backside of it doesn't react. Oh, the backside quarter flat doesn't react. Um, yeah, let's take a look at it. Let me see if I'm on the same page with you. I mean, I have the exact same play here. This is my book, and I don't think I run that play. God damn, I got out of it. It's okay. I'll do it. I can makeshift it. It was dig, wheel, with three coming under. That was the play that I was running, right? So I'll do it from this formation. I could just make it up right here out of sale. So I didn't put him in match. God damn it. Hold on. That guy would used to be an issue, I think an issue in the past anyway. He didn't really match it the way he should have. But let me just kind of make up. So let me see if this is what you're saying. This is kind of the route that I was running earlier, right? And don't worry about all this stuff on this side. Get out of here. Oops, this guy, and then he ran a wheel. So it was this combination, right? I'll hold it for you. Yeah, that works, right? This baseline, yeah, baseline doesn't fix anything. It just makes it worse. He runs a post or the tight end runs something over the middle. And this backside quarter flat defender here, he should run, technically, he should run with two. He should run with the wheel, right? So that's what you're saying. He's not doing his job either. This is quarters. I'm thinking about cover three. My bad. Cover three seam was different. He should run with the wheel. And I think he does. He should run with the wheel. I think we saw that he does. Oh, there's also a glitch that you're talking about. I think I know what you're talking about, CO2, where just in general, the wheel route would get open late. He would fall off. So that's what you're talking about, probably. Like whoever, any type of wheel route in general, even if it was from over here, the nickel would not pace it. He would run with it for 20 yards and fall off, right? So that's what you're talking about. Let me look at that replay real quick, see about that safety. Yeah, it looks like the quarter flat defender had a similar issue that the Palmas defender had. Are you joking about the safety playing it well? Let me see. Well, they're gonna double sarcasm. They should double team this guy technically. They should both be on this player. It looks like he's just hurting his own player here. A lot of times if I play quarters coverage, I always just meg up the backside tight end with the corner. I just man him up, just so you know. But that wouldn't have changed why the safety's acting like I don't want to use the word today's climate. Um, I'm learning not to use certain words in today's climate. All right, so let's go with this. Yeah, I mean, this again, the wheel. So to answer your question, I'm on the guy. I'm sorry. The wheel is going to run with, stay with the guy. He's not going to fall off late. That applies to any quarter flat rule. And yeah, we're in good shape. So the seam flat, it wouldn't apply to, I don't think, but we're good there. All right, I do want to look at what was it? Let me just look at some routes here. Let me just see how things are playing. Nothing really major here. The funny thing is that going up, why did nobody take that guy to the flight? Am I still on that player? Yeah. The funny thing is that this quarters in general still plays a lot of routes really well, and it's sad that we can't just run it more. So I think we can run it more, but it's the bunch stuff that we got to talk about, and I think I'm going to make a separate video on that, and that's going to require a little bit of time, just kind of figure out because we have bunch rules. I think they're playing it the same on both sides now, so I can live with it. Um, but that's gonna be the challenge. You know what I mean? That's going to be the challenge on all these plays here. How can we, Purdy sucks. How can we work this out? Any other questions here? Oh, wait, no, let me go to that. Somebody asked about the RPO. Run it in a stock. Yeah, I have to run it in a stock. Yeah. I don't have that play in my playbook. I chose my own personal playbook here. Sorry about that. This RPO play, somebody asked me about this. Like, does the quarter flat defender react to this better? All right. Does the nickel just play, I guess, the blockers better? Okay, well, that's Buda Baker who just lit up too. Interesting though. If I don't know if that's just Buda Baker going off right there. Right. Let me put it on the right hash. Give him a little bit more room to work. Weak side of crossing route versus bunch. How are they reacting now? The quarter flat crossing routes versus bunch. Or what type of crossing route? What the quarter flat defender on the weak side? Wouldn't he just be playing? You're saying what was he not playing? Was he not? Wouldn't he just be responsible for like a running back or something? he wouldn't, or is somebody coming across the field, he's not responsible for any deep routes. Oops, forgot to throw the ball. I'm just spinning around like a top. He's not responsible for any deep routes. Is he not react? He wasn't reacting to like short routes. Is that what was happening? All right. See, that first play was Buda Baker just going crazy, but this play has really nothing to do with. I mean, the quarter flat defender can help, obviously, by keeping some leverage here. But to be honest with you, this has nothing to do with really the quarter flat making this play. It has to do with the number game that we have and the fact that our three receiver hook player is playing the run, right? So this has to be worked out with a whole lot of other things. You guys been following, you guys know about this, right? I won't show it all, but you guys know about this, right? So this is going to be something that you got to look into if you're worried about that. All right, but all right. So bunch quarter flat. Let's go look at it. Let's flip the play. But just in general, talk to me before I put it up there. Quarter flat defender against bunch crossing routes. So if I had a crossing route, let's do it from here then. I really don't have a lot of deep crossing routes in my personal playbook. As you see, I'm not that much cheesy. Let's go into a regular book. Let's get a stock book up. Who has the best routes? Is it the Jets or the Chiefs? One of those two books are pretty damn problematic, right? Jets, Chiefs. I'll pick any defense. I hate picking good defenses because I always feel like, you know, they might play things a little bit better. What do we got? Let me just pull out the Jets. They have a good amount of good formations and not as crazy as the Chiefs, I think, right? Jets. Okay. Yeah, working on a new adjustment, man. That's not bad, right? Okay, short routes. Yeah, so I mean, he's just gonna kind of free up. That's the thing. Quarter flat defender in that situation doesn't have any work. So let me just try to find probably a popular play out of bunch. Hopefully, they have some good crossing routes here. They don't really have anything major besides verticals. Let me see bunch tight end. If they have the boot over, it's a boot play. Maybe I picked the wrong book for this challenge. Empty's another story. Talk to me about what type of cross. This one has a lot of crosses in it. What kind of crossing routes you talking about? This is a little bit different because this is a 1-4 split, by the way. Um, I don't. The thing is, just in general, I just feel like he's not. Those guys aren't really. I guess this would be if the running back blocks. Obviously, he doesn't have any work. He would just become a curl defender, right? So we're talking about this guy here and what he's supposed to do. A lot of times some people would just man him up. I know guys who would do that. They're just man up this guy on him, this guy on him, and just play it like that, right? Because that's a lot of times that's going to end up being the case, and they actually play those routes better. But just straight like this, it's like it's easy. Um, oh well, it just in general, bunch in general is playing a little bit better. It's consistent. It's not all over the place. So, I'm gonna have to, like I said, make a video on that. But just in general, guys aren't running free on the vertical routes. So let me go into that real quick one more time. It's probably good if somebody came in late, you wanted to see this. The most important thing was guys were getting butt naked like on verticals, right? So let's just do this, and we get bunch, right? I'm gonna keep it in the middle field for now, but the guy in red, right, Conklin, the tight end, he would get butt naked on this. Now the quarter flat defender will. Oh wait, I don't have match on. Sorry. The quarter flat defender will take that. All right. Let me just put match on real quick. Sorry about that. Funny thing is that you guys can do that too. You guys just turn match off every now and then if you feel like you might get beat, which basically just turns it into a cover 4 drop. Not the worst thing in the world. It's not the best thing in the world either. At least you won't get beat for a 1-play touchdown. But here we go with this. So the quarter flat defender should end up taking that number 2. He's treating that like a wheel, okay? Where he wasn't doing that all the time before. So it plays it better. Obviously, the safety's going to take this guy. Is he going to win? I don't know. but that's part of it. Is the quarterback, what's his name? Wilson? Is that what's going on? That's Rogers. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, it's playing it better. The quarter flat defender on this play, if that's what you're talking about, also, I know that this guy is not great. This the technique is always like a buck short and a step late. If you're worried about that, just man him up. And you can do that in this defense. Okay, you can just man that guy up, and he'll play it a little bit better than he would if it was just zone. That's another little thing you can do. Because remember, on the backside of this, we're playing Meg over here as well. This guy's pretty much manned up as well. It just doesn't say it on the screen. So pretty much you're playing man on the backside of quarters 3x1, but you're two players right here. If you want to make sure it's really good, you can just do that. Just make yourself feel comfortable at home. You just have to play with this player and know that you're the wall player. So if anybody comes underneath, let's say number one comes underneath, you have to take that guy. Let's see if the computer usually takes it for a couple steps and then stops. It's like he runs across. Oh, he kept on going with them. Pretty good. Maybe they fixed that too. Just ran into something that might be pretty good. So let's just run the same play, right? Let's say one runs under. The three receiver hook player needs to run with this guy. And he does. So that's not bad. Let's look at, and again, let's just flip this play again. If you're running regular verticals, is Coughlin going to be taken by the quarter flat defender on the other side? Flip the play here. He should. First time we do it, it's always funky. And again, oh god, oh my god, you guys saw what I saw, right? Did you see what I saw? All right, so that was the inconsistency of it, right? Left side of screen, the corner is still doing this silly freaking thing where he's taking number one across the field and leaving this guy butt naked. So you see how my blood pressure is going to go up, right? Same play, middle of the field, left side of screen, doesn't matter if it's boundary, not boundary. It's just left side of screen. The corner is doing that dumb stuff again versus verticals. We're on the right side of screen, he's fine. Corner's going to chase R1. So it's not 100%, but I do have a solution, and that's what I'm going to work on, where it covers like that. You see how I just fixed it, kind of, sort of? I mean, I know the over route is there, but you see how that's fixed? Is it the best way to fix it? I don't know. Guys watching this later on could probably figure out what I'm trying to get to and what I'm doing, but at least we're getting guys covered, right? So I'm going to work on that for you guys, and I would hate to say when it's bunched to the left side of screen, do this, and when it's bunched to the right side of screen, do this, because I feel like when you're in the heat of battle, that's just way too many checks. Like you just want to do the same thing over and over to right or left. That's how I play, especially when you're running 10 different coverages, right? So what else do we got, man? Do that and don't, man. Oh, you want me to go back to the good old what I did with the underneath guy? Don't man up the quarter flat. Yeah. So let's go with this. Let the quarter flat play out. Oh, is it the same route? Yeah, he's gonna run out. So quarter flat defender. Oh wait, he ran that way. What did I do? It was a different play, right? My bad. Let me go back. What play was I running where the quarter flat was taking two to the flat? I forgot. Or did I just put him out there? I think I just put him out there, right? I think I just audible him outside. I forgot. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. It's hard to do lives, man. I feel like sometimes I'm talking like crazy fast or out of control. All right, let's just swing this guy out. Let's just run him on the out. I want to get the guy coming under. So the two guys I'm trying to focus on, again, he's going to be a quarter flat defender. He's going to be kind of late. Again, you have to understand quarter flat defenders do have to stay inside of the running back. All right. So they can't really jump outside right away. It's kind of a hard technique because technically, if the running back runs an angle route back inside, he has to play that too. So he's playing it from inside out. So don't get too mad at the quarter flat. This guy is a wall player in the box. So we're playing box, a version of box anyway. And he's a wall player. So any type of shallow crossing route he has to take. I think the computer has done a good job of that. Let me just swing this guy out of here. Actually, no, let me put him in. That's a winner. It is a winner to cover. It's gone. So here, See how that? Oh, she did it there. The wall player only covered him for a couple steps. As you guys see my live, and this is the problems about like if I make a video for you guys on practice mode, I can get different reactions one day to the next. He runs with them, and now he ran with them the full time. So that could be an awareness thing. You know, I don't even know who this linebacker is. Campbell. He's been there forever. He should be a pretty smart linebacker. But let's just go back and look at that quarter flat. He's just chasing this guy, right? And a lot of people might try to force the ball to him. Is that what I feel like that's what's happening in leagues? You know, you see he's about like 2 yards, 3 yards away. So again, if you really are worried about that in general, I would just go boom, man this guy up. Every time you're in bunch, play with this guy, right? Let's get the same adjustment here, right? I'm letting him two controllers here, and I'll be like this. I'll be like that. Nah, he's still kind of behind him a little bit. I might be just be get a better player at the quarter flat position. If you really know it's a run and you're not worried about it being a pass, I mean, you really know it's a pass situation, get out of nickel. Get yourself in dime. Get yourself a safety who automatically comes there. Or, you know, if I had dime normal, I would show you. I hate promoting anything that's like 3-man rush because anybody can do that. Do we have quarters here? Yeah, we can play quarters or palms to this. It'll play the same. But like sometimes just the leverage on a play can matter, right? Let me just take a look at this real quick. I mean, obviously, look at this, right? This guy is sitting here like that. So I would think that quarter flat defender is going to play this a lot better. He's a lot closer, and whoa, he just spawned out of the ground. He could play this a lot better just based off his positioning. So it could be something as small as that. Like, hey, if you know it's a pass, if you know it's a problem, if you know it's a down where they might throw the ball, just run it out of a different front, and you're going to get a different look. All right. Let's go with next bunch. Corner out big. I can see that being an issue, right? Let's run a little cub. Everybody loves a little cub, right? Even though I don't like the players dropping out here. But here, look at this, right? If I was just talking about the same thing, I run it out. Who's my quarter flat defender here? This guy standing right here, right? I know it's Preston Smith. He's an edge rusher, but still, he should be able to play that guy on the backside. But let's also look at the front side of this play. So the corner should take the out, right? The 7-10 yard out. Safety should be on top of the corner route, and the corner flat defender should just sit there on Conklin. That's how it should play out. My inside three receiver hook player should be also pushing out to Conklin as well. Right side of screen. Yep, it played out. I mean, we get burnt with horrible technique by the safety, but at least they're covering the right guys. That's a good thing. So that works with that. Let me see that backside route. Let me just do that again real quick. I didn't look at it the first time. He didn't even cover him. But that's Preston Smith. I mean, that's not a linebacker to be dropping into space. I think Madden got that right. Let's take the same play and let's flip it, boys. Let's go to the dreaded left side of field where there's only pain and misery over there, I feel like, man. Let's go with quarters. It's press quarters, doesn't matter. It just means the corner's pressing the other side. Should get the same thing on the left side. No, we don't. We get the corner jumping the deeper route. Remember I told you the corner, it seems like it's programmed. It's like, I don't know how they know it's going to be a deeper route. Oh, jeez. What is that? All right, guys. Oh, is this the test day? I was all up on my screen, yo. That joint sends shocks to you. Did you guys get the same thing? I'm live on stream, like, oh my God, it's happening. The aliens are coming. This is it, signing off. I read about this test day a while ago. I was like, oh, I'll be ready for the test. Ah, I got scared. All right. I thought it was an Amber Alert, to be honest with you. I'm about to clip that out later on. Anyway, yeah, but you see how the corner's jumping the corner out, the left side? This is no different. So they're playing it different. Now, let me just, again, adjustment wise, I'll probably work in this video tonight because we got to get it going. Now it plays like the right side. So we can make it happen. We're gonna lose a couple things, but we can make it happen. I don't know if we want that to happen. I actually like the way this plays out, to be honest with you. I like the way the corner jumps this one. It actually messes up the play. Aliens. Yep. It's like the other side, it actually wasn't that great. So you know what? I mean, we might have to just learn it and just say, hey, live with it. Also, this ball is being thrown by Aaron Rodgers. Like I got to stop playing with Aaron Rodgers. I'll be honest with you because I don't have a quarterback like this, and throwing the ball like this just feels too easy. Um, all right, let me just go regular bunch spot. Like this is like old school 4-7-3. This is college. This is the way it's supposed to be. This is what box is built for. Are we playing this route correctly? All right, so you guys, man, where's Dude's close when I need him, man? I gotta talk to this dude. This is anybody who watches all the Saban stuff, right? If you watch that video with the corners coach from Saban on YouTube, that's pretty popular. I forgot his name. I mean, he talks about this, and this is Buster. That's what Buster is. Let me turn it around on the other side. I think that's what I think somebody in their camp must have taught them Buster, and they're like, just change the assignment of the corner, and now it's become a problem. But yet, it's not even consistent on the other side of the field, like two different defenses. So I'm gonna figure it out for you guys, man. We're gonna make this work. We're gonna make it work. I always talk about quarters or die. All right. Any other questions before I bounce out of here? I only see ghosts. I had my phone off, man. So of course I have my phone off. I wouldn't even expect any alert, but I forgot the national alert system overrides having your phone off. So anybody, my wife might have been trying to take a nap, but she just got woken up. All right, all right, guys. Well, I'll say this: it's better. Is it perfect? No, it's not how. It's not even how it used to be last year. But you guys know this, right? Let me explain this to you. Let me leave with this because there are people who are like, "Oh, laughing at this." This was a one-play touchdown last year. This was a one-play touchdown quarters. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I used it sometimes when I was mad at somebody. Right? All I had to do is just go three vertical routes in certain plays that make it easy for you. But this, with the old logic, was a one-play touchdown. Nobody, the corner would jump this late. It would be, oh, not that. It was out of verticals. If you got three guys going deep, number one being just running a straight streak, right? Doesn't give the time to quarter to recover. Now this year, this is not. So I feel like the makers have like the developers were trying to fix things, right? So obviously, if I flip this play and run it the other way, it was a one play touchdown as well. But now with the corner basically saying, I'm going to play the deepest route out of the bunch, regardless of where it comes from, on this side of the field, he's probably going to get on top of this route. He's going to try to anyway. At least somebody's going to be there. It wouldn't be wide open. So that's part of what I think they sit down and they say, okay, well, what are the plays that people are what are the combinations that people are using? What routes are working? Let's fix it. And then when they fix it, they open up problems just on some of the basic stuff. And that's where we are this year. So we just got to identify the problems and try to fix it ourselves and then be happy that that one play touchdown is gone. All right. It does look better. It's better. It's better from a standpoint of certain things. But like, I didn't even test this out. Let me just check this out. Left side of the screen's a little bit different. But is this better? I don't know if this is better. So we got box on the left hand side. We got this right here. Again, I wish I could put them in a corner, but I can't do that right now. It's okay. The corner is going to do what? I mean, the corner just ended up chasing that guy across the field, number two. Yeah, he didn't even take the deepest guy of the bunch. So I mean, I got to sit here and really figure out what is he. How come he doesn't stay with the guy here, right? He kind of lets that guy go there. Oh, he did switch now. So second time in practice mode is always different. I always tell you that. Wait for the second time. But there are some plays where the corner would just come downhill. You know what I mean? He'll just come out of the bunch and just come downhill and cover somebody to the flat. That when I heard it's still happening, but even though I haven't really seen it yet, I mean, maybe one is probably when again the rules on Buster. We've talked, people have talked about this. If one doesn't stay one, then he kind of turns into a different mode. So let me just kind of do that. One comes under, two goes vertical, right, and three goes to the flat. You know, this is a case where you would want him to potentially jump the flat, but he does that. So anyway, I think it's okay, guys. I need a little bit of time to sit down with it. Three seam is still screwed up, so that sucks. We got to still do the same crap at three seam. I heard somebody say three seam is playing better. No, still doing the same thing. So that's why we test this stuff out, man. All right, you guys have some film to watch. I just wanted to get this going. I'm gonna make this organized for you guys and actually give you like videos that make sense and are succinct, and we go from there. All right. But thanks for joining me on this fun day of patch day. I'm gonna call this patch day. This is better. This is like this opening day or whatever when the game drops, and then there's patch day. So this is patch day. Yeah, it is possible. That's one of the things. Wheezy, what's up, man? Yeah, that's check out the beginning. I'll make it. I'll make notes on what. I'll make notes right here. I'll send it out to you guys on Patreon on what I found. But yeah, Palms is back. Now the nickel needs to be good, but Palms is back. The second guy, the guy versus 3x1, the Palms player, everybody's playing it much better. Okay, so there's some formations we got to look at, but we're good to play Palms again. So I'm excited because now I can work on my Palms videos, and I've been waiting to do that. So we have another answer versus 3x1, guys. Thank God. All right, I'll talk to you guys later, man. Peace.